Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Full Time Devils. It is deadline day and we are live. No stupid yellow ties around here. I'm not that idiot Jim White, but we are here to talk about all things Manchester United. And with Bruno Fernandes being officially confirmed as a Manchester United player, it seemed like all the business for United was done in this transfer window, barring an absolute miracle. But Manchester United are now being linked with a move for a player that once played for the club, Josh King. Josh King came through Manchester United's academy, Norwegian lad, obviously moved from Manchester United, currently plies his trade at Bournemouth. He's had a few injuries this season. The deadline is open until 11 p.m. and there were reports this morning that Manchester United had made a bid for Josh King, which had been knocked back. Now, it didn't look like United were going to go in with another bid, but now there are more reports coming out that United are considering another bid for Joshua King after Bournemouth turned down their first approach for the striker. Now, Eddie Howe in his press conference seems quite shook. Now, I'll read out some of the quotes from Eddie Howe recently in regards to Josh King, because Bournemouth are involved in a relegation battle, and Josh King, although he's been injured this season, is a crucial player for them, and his goals could help them stay up. But will he be joining Manchester United, or rejoining Manchester United, should I say, in this transfer window? We've got just under 12 hours to go in terms of the time people can make deals happen. So there's still time to go. But the names that have been sprung around, the Josh Kings, Edinson Cavani, Islam Slimani, Igalo, Josh King and Edinson Cavani are probably the ones that you'd say makes more sense. Josh King, look, is not a player I would say I want to see United signing, but as a backup striker on a short-term deal, worse things have happened. Do you know what I mean? So it wouldn't be the end of the world if he did become a United signing today. Do I think it's going to happen? Personally, I don't think it's going to happen, and that's the same opinion of David Ornstein, who's pretty reliable in terms of transfers and stuff like that. And he says he doesn't think... actually, he has had a new update in recent times. So earlier on today, they said that, it's probably not going to happen. But in the last 15 minutes, he said that Bournemouth are actively looking at Josh King replacements, mainly overseas, if Josh King joins Manchester United. Now, obviously, Josh King, when he was at United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was his reserve team coach. And I think Solskjaer's agent, Ornstein, puts down here, is the same as Josh King's. So that could be a link there, between Josh King, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Manchester United. But David Ornstein changing position on this one, it seems now, and saying it may be possible if Bournemouth can get a replacement. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer apparently told Josh King after a game that he'd bring him to Manchester United one day. So it's all very, very interesting. It's all heating up nicely. Now, Jed even suggests Troy Deeney. I love Troy Deeney, but Troy Deeney is not going to sign for Man United in this transfer window. Josh King is better than Rashford. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. I'm not sure about that one at all. What's good with Josh King is he would come in and he would be a player that you wouldn't be expecting to start every single game. He wouldn't expect to start every single game. He'd be a decent backup, can play alongside the front three in most of the positions. But is it going to happen? The injuries as well are a little bit of a concern. He's been out for a lot of this season. Is he going to be able to recover from that and play football, especially at the high level that Manchester United would be aiming to play at? Mo Wada says Martial is fine, but he's all alone. Why not Raul Jimenez? Another one says. Why are we talking about strikers that aren't going to leave on deadline day? Come on, guys, let's be real. It's like me just saying United are going to get Cristiano Ronaldo today. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. Even like the Troy Deeneys and the Danny Ings, you think them guys are gonna sell them in the transfer deadline day with their survival up for grabs? Because to replace them goals, Troy Deeney's importance to Watford, he's probably worth to Watford 50 to 100 million. If you think about how important he is in terms of keeping them up, and then what that means for them in terms of financially, it'd be very, very difficult to get someone like that. Even if you look at it and think that'd be an easy signing to make happen, he'd want to come United. No way is Josh King better than Rashford. There's a reason Josh King's currently at Bournemouth. Now he could come in and do a decent job for United backup, but there's no way he's better than Rashford. Sorry guys, I don't know what you lot are talking about. Probably finishing in front of goal, probably more clinical. That might be a chance, something to say there. There might be an argument for that. But better than Rashford? Come on, guys. So, the latest reports revolving around Josh King. United had made a bid, had that bid knocked back, and are contemplating another bid for the striker before the deadline comes through. Now, Bournemouth are running scared, like I said earlier. And these were Eddie Howe's comments a little bit earlier on today. He said, "It's not my call at the end of the day. It's going to be between the chief executive and the owner of the football club. And that's why I said at the start, I don't want to go too deep into it, because a lot of these things are out of my control. All I can say is I love Josh as a player and a person. I respect him greatly, and I know his situation. I know what Manchester United means to him with his history connected to the club, so I understand his position. Let's wait and see." United are desperate to sign a striker, the article goes on to say, after losing Rashford to a long-term back injury. Ole said on Friday morning he did not expect any further transfer business. So Ole said that, but you would expect him to say that. But that should be seen in the context of previous statements on Ashley Young and Marcus Rojo. United's manager claimed neither would leave in January, only for both of them to leave. Reminded of this, Solskjaer, who worked with King when coaching United's reserves, said, "Sometimes I say something here and something else happens. Sometimes I say I'm happy with a player and he gets a different message. So I don't want to help or make speculation grow more and more today. I expect nothing to happen, but that doesn't mean it can't happen." So he didn't categorically write anything off, but like me, is sceptical around whether transfers will actually happen. And I've always been that way ever since we missed out on Paddy Kluivert and Gabby Batistuta and Ronaldinho. I've been sceptical about transfers, but Josh King to United, you'd think it'd be an easy move to make happen. You get a fee agreed, you get him up to Carrington, he'd accept terms pretty easily. I reckon we'd be able to match his Bournemouth contract quite easily. Whether he'd pass a medical or not is interesting, because obviously he's been out injured. Let me see what's the latest with Josh King's injury. King's still sidelined. There's a hamstring injury. Joshua's still out. He'll be back soon, I believe. He's back after the winter break, which is why he's probably open to a move, and United will be open to getting him. Now, Joe Cox says, why would we be going for King, his bang average? Now, what you've got to look at here is Marcus Rashford's injury. United have two recognisable strikers in Martial and Greenwood. Greenwood is yet to come of age. Martial needs to be pushed a little bit. He needs a little bit of competition, but he also possibly needs a little bit of rotation. So you look at that and you think, which strikers could we bring in that are going to be happy to sit on the bench, happy to play for Man United, are going to want to be here, that aren't going to be on massive wages, because you don't want to put in 200, 300 grand a week for someone to sit on the bench. So you consider all these things, and Josh King kind of ticks all those boxes. If we missed out on him, I wouldn't be that bothered. But if he was another option that was sat on the bench, coming on in games, or someone that allowed us to give Martial a rest, I could see it happening, and I wouldn't be totally against it. I wouldn't ridicule it. It doesn't seem as ridiculous as Islam Slimani to me, or Idian Ighalo. I used to think Ighalo was fantastic when he played for Watford, but that ship has sailed. And I just think Ole probably knows him. He knows what he's like. He can use that past relationship with him. Josh would have a point to prove at Old Trafford. Now, his goal scoring record isn't amazing, but he was clearly a talented player. That's why he was at Old Trafford. Now, I don't think we're going to sign him. I think Bournemouth will hold on. But the way Eddie Howe's speaking is that he seems to feel it might happen, because he's kind of saying it's out of my hands, kind of making that excuse to, you know, the board and probably the fans as well. Like, you know, it's out of my hands. There's not a lot I can do. His best season in the league came in 16-17 when he got 16 goals in 36 games. In 18-19 he got 12 goals in 35 games. So he's not done too badly in the occasional season, but then you look at 17-18, 8 goals in 33, 15-16, 6 goals in 31. He's also played for Mönchengladbach, Hull City, Blackburn, Preston, after Manchester United. But Bournemouth has been where he's settled. This is his 5th season there now. And he has found his feet there, and he's done alright. I wouldn't mind him as a backup. Obviously, I wouldn't want him as first choice. But will it happen? That remains to be seen. And think, with his age, 28, he's not going to upset things for you know, Mason Greenwood or Anthony Martial or Marcus Rashford in the long term. Get your comments in on Full Time Devils. Remember, this is transfer deadline day, so I will be live as soon as anything happens. I'll be live here on Full Time Devils. If nothing happens between now and the end of the window, I'll do one at 10:30 till 11 o'clock, just as the window closes, in case anything does come through. But we'll be live throughout the day if we get any idea of you know, news popping up. Jay's in the comments. Good old Jay Matty says King scored against us, so he must be good. Well, he said he must be good. It's true, although anyone scores against us these days. Guys, how is it? We've got 1,100 people watching and less than 100 likes. What is going on here? Get hitting that like button. Don't make me swear at you like right now. Get hitting that like button. Get your comments in and get your super chats in as well. Jed Loveday says, what about just getting King until the end of the story? Do you mean the end of the season? Probably not going to happen. They're not going to give us him on loan. Teddy Sheringham is available, says David Lawrence. He's probably still got his 6-pack as well. Looks after himself, does Teddy. Wasn't he singing on some stupid show the other day though? Something that I didn't get. Oh, Jed's clarified his comment and said, just get King, end of story. There we go. Jesse Hitman's in the comments, as is Minnie. Minnie's a regular here on Full Time Devils, and whether you're a regular or you're a first time viewer, thank you for tuning in on Full Time Devils. And I am better than Jim White, the red goal, and you know it makes sense. No silly yellow ties, none of that trash round here. We got a black hoodie on and we're here to give you transfer news. It's as simple as that. And Josh King could be the only mover and shaker surrounding Manchester United today. Whether we'll sign him or not remains to be seen. United have had an initial bid knocked back for him, if you believe reports that are coming through, which are fairly reliable, and now United are considering another bid for him. We'll see what's going on the stratosphere of I've just got a notification from The Athletic, which is pretty good, so we'll read out what's going on here. I'm just trying to find comments on Joshua King. Because it's in like a live chat thread, I can't find where he's mentioned Josh King, for God's sake. It's going to take me a while, this. But, nevertheless, what we're hearing, like Jim White, is that Josh King could be on his way to Manchester United. United could be making another bid for the Norwegian today. We had one knocked back last night, and we could be coming in with another one for him. Reportedly around 15-20 million pounds could get him, which again, transfer fee, wages wise, is not going to cost a whole lot if we do manage to pull this one out the bag. And he's not a player that would demand first team football week in, week out. He's going to be happy to sit on the bench, be a squad player, be a rotation player. And with that being said, worse moves could happen. Marv Mark says Josh wants to move, and I think that's an important thing to point out as well. Joshua King will want this move. He will want to come to Manchester United. He will want to prove the club wrong for letting him go. He knows Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coached him when he was in the 23s at Old Trafford, and I'm sure he'd like to coach him again. As Ornstein reported, Ole told him after a game once that I will sign you again. Could that happen today? If it does, you will be informed first here on Full Time Devils, so make sure you're keeping it locked throughout the day. We will be going live, but for now, guys, I am going to head out of here. But what I want to let you guys know is, cheeky little plug here, let me sort my hair out, is that I'm going live right now over on Adam McCullough TV for my preview of the Wolves game. So make sure you join us over there for the preview of the Wolves game on my channel, youtube.com/Adam McCullough. I'll put the link in the comments for you here on Full Time Devils. But for now, I've been Adam McCullough. Thank you for tuning in. You may see me again very, very soon if something pops off, but you'll definitely see me by the end of the night on Deadline Day Live. This is Adam McCullough. This is Full Time Devils. I am Adam McCullough, and I'm out of here.